Chinese kids playing in the snow. Yeah. I cordially invite you to performances in Normandy. I formerly was more of a morally well-rounded human. Zooming through this industry, booming with opportune movements. I moved units. Weak, a new crisis. I preach when I feast on these beats I'm producing. It's mine that I'm losing. Got time that I'm watching past. Think you bow had it up to here with my obnoxious ass. Bought an apple out the rotten batch. Your little sister probably kill you for my autograph. Pal, I tell a bitch sample the misogyny. All black bands, but the inside mahogany. Comedy, drop bombs and humbly kill shit. You got that one homie you be fucking with pills with. The illness, medicated natural phosphor. Sipping cold lagers to turn to Kevin Costner. Dip out and it trip out. Flying close up and head out. We're sipping ayahuasca. Say it's bad luck to go and sit in the casket. So me and my homies, we be spitting that whack shit only.
Am I rolling? Would you wash the feet of ugly Jesus when he's coming for your pontoon boat? Everybody's going to jail this time.
Wait, Akiba!
It has been a long time, Snake.
Psycho Mantis.
No, that was another me. Can you hear the screams? They cry for battle. Let me hear you scream! Howl! Roar! From the very depths of your soul! What's this? I see.
I cannot be changed. No. Trust me, I've tried. I'd stand up right at the start of the line, drawing circles. When I drink my whiskey, you sip your wine. I don't while sitting watching the world falling down its decline. And I can keep you safe, I can keep you safe. Do not be afraid, do not be afraid. You're feeling sorry, I'm feeling fine. Don't you put any more stress on yourself. surface one day at a time. Getting pretty late. And I found it goes around like that as I keep counting the time, drawing circles.
I hear them in my head. The screams! Make them stop! I don't want to hear them anymore! I'm scared. I'm so scared. My head hurts. It hurts. I'm sorry. Have mercy. Let me out of here! I can't breathe!
They told me don't make a promise you can't keep. All the drugs in your system, you can't sleep. How many times you had to buy a plan B for a girl you never bring back home to meet your family, man? Man, I swear that's what I dream about. Ever since my mom told me that she need me out. Always smoke a weed, causing trouble, never clean the house. But I paid her back for everything, I guess we even now. Nothing better than some head after a long day. That's the only thing that ever keep mine on straight. And she asked me why the long face, how I spent $350 on this entree. I drowned my sorrow in that bottle. Today is full of regret, found forever in tomorrow.
Set me free!
Man, what's the problem? Everything is jazz and I'm Stockton. You know it seems a little bit strange sometimes. Yeah. Everybody live a little, everybody die. Yeah. That's life. What you gonna do? That's life. Baby, I will spend it all with you. Yeah. And I'm headed to the other side where the grass is always greener and your bitch is down to ride, but that ass is always meaner. See, my cash got deeper and my morals disappeared. Never thought I'd be an asshole. This my last show. Can I please get a standing ovation? 100 naked bitches in my dressing room waiting. We lost a lot of blood for this fucked up nation. But me, I'm getting high, making love in that spaceship. So what are the basics? Tell me your problem. You losing your job, or even worse, you don't got one. So hard to stay sober when you feeling fucked over so much. Always coming up short, you like the roach of a blunt. Yeah, and I can never sleep at night. Fuck paying bills, I need a brand new lease on life. Why does doing wrong always feel so right? Well, I guess fuck it, that's life. Yeah, I know it seems a little bit strange sometimes. Yeah. Everybody live a little, everybody die. Yeah. That's life. What you gonna do? That's life. Baby, I will spend it all with you.
Now I wish I could take all your pain, but when the toxins fade, drugs they don't fill the hole. No, smoking actions again. You should pick up the phone, know that I'll be your home, know that you weren't alone, know that you weren't alone, know that you weren't alone.
Where's your data? Where is it saved? There's memory card. Damn, your skills have improved, or rather, your hardware. How about this, then? Witness my psychokinesis. Put your controller on the floor. Put it down as flat as you can. That's good. Now, I will move your controller by the power of my will alone.
So, you bested the last beast. That doll you just picked up lets you manipulate anybody who's got nanomachines in them. Sounds like something the devil's cooked up, if you ask me. Mantis came from South America. She was born and raised in a country racked by never-ending civil wars. Her village was attacked by enemy forces and burned to the ground. This was when she was still a little girl. Hunted by enemy death squads, she was separated from her family. She barely managed to escape with her life. Ended up in the basement of this one building. It was full of corpses that had been dumped there. Almost all of them had been tortured to death. She was petrified with fear. And then, she heard the sound of heavy boots on the floor above her, followed by shrieking screams. The kind that would make every hair on your body stand straight up. She had stumbled across a makeshift torture chamber. Somebody'd locked the door, and she was trapped. It was dark, it was dank, and it was full of a wretched stench. She couldn't sleep with the screams of torture victims all around her. All she could do was sit curled up in one corner of the room, trembling. A week passed, then 10 days. She managed to keep hydrated by drinking the filthy water pooled up on the floor, but there was no food. Being trapped in that kind of place, half crazy from hunger, did a serious number on her mind. Did you know female mantises eat their mates? The screams went on day and night. She covered her ears, but it didn't help. And then, she was saved. By a little black mantis that taught her how to block out the screams, how to plug up her inner ears.
What the hell are you talking about?
I'm saying, Snake, that when she couldn't stand the hunger any longer, she started feeding on the corpses. But only the male ones. She didn't realize who was doing it. In her mind, it was a female mantis devouring her mates. It was like one big twisted waking dream. There was no mantis, of course. It was all a hallucination. Nothing more than some story spun by another person she'd created inside. Her unstable mind was what made her so vulnerable. Later, they ripped out what was left of her psyche with drugs and hypnosis and implanted the persona of Psycho Mantis. It wasn't her will that controlled the B&Bs. It was Psycho Mantis, half assimilated into her soul, pulling the strings. Screaming Mantis was just another puppet. Anyway, she survived several weeks down in that hellhole and finally got back to the surface. But the screams in her head didn't subside. They would always be with her. Only this time, they weren't real. The inner earplugs didn't work anymore. The black mantis had disappeared. There was no place left to escape. Which is why she was always screaming, to drown out the ones in her own head. But it's over now. You freed Mantis from that dark nightmare.
The last of them beasts.
You got it, pal. Well, I'm done playing storyteller for a while. Now get going. GW's waiting. And this time, you get to make up the ending.